It's a big step towards the realization of one nation, one poll. The centre has set up a committee headed by former President Ramnath Kovind to study the issue and submit a report. The move comes a day after the centre had announced a special session of Parliament from September 18th to 22nd. Ever since the surprise announcement was made, there's been speculation that a bill on one nation, one election will be tabled during the session, but no one from the government has confirmed this so far. However, it's not so much about the change in the democratic process as it is about derailing the United India bloc agenda in the short term. Remember, the 28 opposition parties met in Mumbai. They were supposed to decide who will be their convener, unveil their logo and decide on the seat-sharing formula. But such was the impact of the One India, One poll googly that the agenda was clean bowled. Sources say that opposition instead discussed the fight back against One India, One poll. Other issues like logo, seat sharing and convener were kept on the back burner. However, they did announce a coordination committee. Listen in to the opposition braving it out in front of the camera.
The task in front of us is to come together in the most efficient way possible. And two big steps have been taken in that regard. The first step is a coordination committee and committees under that committee. And the second step is a decision that we will expedite all seat-sharing discussions and decisions and make them happen as soon as possible.
वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन अगर यूपी में हो जाए इलेक्शन, देखिए ये केवल इंडिया मीट जो हो रही थी उसको डिस्ट्रैक्ट करने के लिए बोला गया है। और अगर आपको याद होगा पिछली बार भी जब मीटिंग हुई थी तो उन्होंने अलग से मीटिंग की थी। ये वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन केवल धोखा देना है। और अगर वन इलेक्शन हो जाए पूरे देश में तो हमसे ज्यादा कौन खुश होगा? यूपी में क्या करेंगे वो लोग? अगर लोकसभा के साथ यूपी भी कर दें तो इससे अच्छा और क्या हो सकता है?
वो पार्लियामेंट का डेट देकर स्पेशल सेशन बुला रहे हैं। अरे स्पेशल सेशन मणिपुर जल रहा था तो आपने नहीं बुलाया, कोविड के वक्त नहीं बुलाया, जब अब चाइना अपनी जमीन हड़प कर ले रही है, कब्जा कर ली है, उसके लिए नहीं बुलाया। जब जब मुल्क अपने मुश्किल में रहता उस वक्त उन्होंने कभी नहीं बुलाया। अब क्यों बुलाया मुझे मालूम नहीं, आज का एजेंडा क्या है उनका मालूम नहीं। तो ये देश चलाने की रीत नहीं है, ये उन्होंने आहिस्ता आहिस्ता डिक्टेटरशिप की तरफ जा रहे हैं।
Others, in fact, have directly trained their guns at the centre for what they call a unanimous decision taken out of haste and fear by the centre, which is bordering on dictatorship.
साथ ही में दूसरी एक और अफवाह फैलाई है कि वन नेशन वन पोल की तैयारी चल रही है। मेरा जहाँ तक के मानना है कि सरकार को जब भी चाहे चुनाव करवाने का अधिकार है। लोकसभा चुनाव मई 2024 में होने वाला है, अगर जल्दी कराना है तो सरकार कर सकती है। बाकी राज्यों के विधानसभा चुनाव कुछ अगले साल है, कुछ अभी है। उनके साथ लोकसभा चुनाव कराना चाहते तो कोई कानून लाने की जरूरत नहीं है, ये सरकार का अधिकार होता है।
One nation, one election, how do you look at it?
Why do you call it significant? How is it significant? There have been 3 such committees, let me tell you which ones. There was a Parliamentary Standing Committee report, submitted. There's a Niti Aayog report, submitted. There's a Law Commission report, submitted. And all these significant committees held earlier have significantly said that it becomes difficult to have one nation, one election because it goes against the basic structure of the Constitution.
देखिए, केंद्र सरकार किसी से कोई राय मशवरा तो करती नहीं, किसी दल से कोई बातचीत नहीं करती है। क्यों सत्र बुलाया गया है, क्या करना चाहते हैं? पुराने सत्र में भी किसी को बोलने नहीं दिया गया, गलत तरीके से लोगों को सस्पेंड कर दिया गया। केंद्र सरकार इस तरीके से प्रजातंत्र का गला घोट रही है।
The BJP, however, says that constitutional methods are being used for this mega election reform.
एक समृद्ध लोकतंत्र के लिए राजनीतिक स्थिरता अत्यंत महत्वपूर्ण है। ऐसे ही लोकतांत्रिक व्यवस्था में सरकारों की स्थिरता के साथ साथ विकास के लिए भी एक गतिमान सरकार चाहिए।
ये डेमोक्रेसी भारत में एक एवोल्यूशन है। ये एवोल्यूशन में अभी नया नया जो विषय आता है देश के हित में, उसका तो चर्चा तो करना चाहिए। तो चर्चा करने के लिए कमेटी रचा दिया गया है। तो इसका अर्थ ये नहीं है कि कल से ही हो जाएगा, ऐसे तो हमने थोड़ी कहा है। पहले ऐसे जहाँ तक मैं जानता हूँ, पहले 63, 67 तक, शायद 67 तक लोकसभा और विधानसभा एक साथ ही चुनाव होता था। उससे देश में एक डेवलपमेंट के लिए एक अच्छा माहौल रहता था। इसीलिए डिसीजन मेकिंग प्रोसेस में भी कई प्रॉब्लम होता है। इसलिए ये तो एक विचार है, एक विमर्शा तो होना चाहिए।
सबसे पहले तो मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगा कि 1967 तक देश के अंदर लोकसभा और विधानसभा के एक ही चुनाव होते थे। उसके बाद सरकारें भंग करने लगी, केंद्र सरकार। लेकिन उसके बावजूद भी 1983 के अंदर इलेक्शन कमीशन ने, लॉ कमीशन ने फिर से रिकमेंडेशन दी कि एक ही साथ देश में चुनाव होने चाहिए। 1999 के अंदर इलेक्शन कमीशन ने रिकमेंडेशन दी कि देश में एक ही चुनाव होने चाहिए। उसके बाद 2014 में प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी की सरकार बनने से पहले बीजेपी के इलेक्शन मैनिफेस्टो के अंदर ये बात लिखी हुई थी कि हम कोशिश ये करेंगे कि देश के अंदर एक ही चुनाव हो, लोकसभा और विधानसभा का।
Let's take this across to our guest. Joining us with us is Gopal Krishna Agarwal, BJP spokesperson. Also with us is Varun Singh, political analyst. Kapish Srivastava is a Samajwadi Party spokesperson. Shyam Prasad Meka is spokesperson of the Congress Party, or leader of the Congress Party rather. Let's take this across first to Gopal Krishna Agarwal. Gopal Agarwal, you heard the criticism coming in from the opposition parties. They say this is against the basic structure of the Constitution and also against the federal spirit of the Constitution. And this cannot be imposed by the centre, they say. Your response to that?
One thing is that the Constitution never says that whether the election should be held simultaneously or differently. And if the opposition says that it is against the Constitution and basic structure of the Constitution, why they were holding election in 1952, 1957, 1962 and 1967? Were those elections against the Constitution, basic structure of the Constitution? So Constitution has no say about whether elections should be held together or separately. It says that India is a federal structure, Constitution should be held, and it is for the Election Commission or the Parliament to discuss about and debate about that. So the thing is that everybody, all the commissions, those with, whether it was the Election Commission which has recommended it, whether it was the Supreme Court which had recommended it, Parliamentary Standing Committee has also talked about that, though it is difficult to hold simultaneous elections in the state and center, but it is advisable. And in 2014, about 30,000 crores were spent by the Election Commission. And in 2019, 60,000 crores were spent by the Election Commission to hold the elections. And again, there is an extra expenditure on the state level. So there is merit for holding simultaneous election.
Okay, Kapish Srivastava, I want you to respond to that. ये कह रहे हैं कि जो खर्चा होता है वो कम किया जा सकता है, नंबर 1. नंबर 2, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में ऐसा कोई भी प्रोविजन नहीं है कि इस तरह चुनाव को साइमल्टेनियसली ना किया जाए. और क्या कहेंगे, जो पहले 4 चुनाव साइमल्टेनियस इलेक्शन सहित हुए थे, क्या उसमें डेमोक्रेसी नहीं थी उस वक्त?
देखिए, जिस समय भारत स्वतंत्र हुआ उसके बाद हमें एक अपना संविधान मिला और अपनी नई सरकारें मिली, वो तो एक साथ ही शुरू हुई थी ना. लेकिन आप मुझे बताइए, ये बात कह रहे हैं जिन्होंने मध्य प्रदेश में सरकार गिरा दी, जिन्होंने महाराष्ट्र के अंदर सरकार गिरा दी, और हमारे सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ने क्या कहा कि महाराष्ट्र की जो सरकार गिराई गई थी वो अवैध तरीके से गिराई गई. मैं ये पूछ रहा हूँ, जब आप ये हाथ में पारदर्शिता तो है नहीं, हर 6 महीने पे, साल भर पे आप एक विधिक सरकार को गिरा देंगे और उसके बाद क्या आप 6 महीने से ज्यादा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के ही अंदर है ना, तो 6 महीने के अंदर आपको इलेक्शन कराना पड़ता है. काइंडली सुन ले पहले गोपाल जी सुन ले. गोपाल जी, मैंने आपको सुना.
Okay, Gopal, let him make his point. You can respond to him. Let him make his point. He has just started speaking. Yes, Kapish Srivastava.
मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि देखिए, जब हर संविधान के अंदर ये लिखा हुआ कि 6 महीने के अंदर चुनाव होना करा लेनी चाहिए, और अगर आप नहीं करा पाते तो फिर आप एक्सपेंड करेंगे। तो इसके मतलब आप लोकतंत्र की हत्या करते हुए 4.5 साल और ले जाएंगे, क्या अवेट करेंगे? और दूसरी चीज, आप खर्चे की बात कर रहे हैं, लोकतंत्र से बड़ा खर्चा है क्या? आप जहां 7.5 लाख करोड़ का भारतमाला के अंदर जो है भ्रष्टाचार करके चले आते हैं, रफेल के अंदर करके चले आते हैं, आयुष मंत्रालय के अंदर आप आयुष में करके चले आ रहे हैं, वो आपको खर्चे नहीं दिख रहे। और मुझे बताइए, वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन कैसे होगा? क्या सिर्फ इस भारत के अंदर जो है वो 2 ही चुनाव होते हैं, एक संसद का, दूसरा विधानसभा का? क्या नगर पालिका का नहीं होता? क्या पंचायत का नहीं होता? क्या नगर निकाय के अंदर और तमाम अंदर पंचायत राज के जो चुनाव होते हैं वो कैसे होंगे? तो ये कहने वाली सगुफा छोड़ने वाली बात है। दरअसल ये कमेटियां जो 3 पहले बना चुके थे, उसमें भी ये डिफिकल्टीज की बातें सामने आई थी। इसमें संविधान संशोधन करना पड़ेगा। और दूसरी चीज ये कि फेडरल स्ट्रक्चर है, तो आपको हर राज्यों से बात लेनी पड़ेगी।
I want Gopal to quickly respond to before I go across to other panelists. Gopal Agarwal, quick response.
I just want to say that the opposition is saying
मामला है, और
we are never saying that one nation, one election means that the state elections will not be held. How you are comparing that one nation, one election means that the democracy will not work? The issue is there are difficulties. Therefore, it becomes more and more important that an important issue should be discussed in parliament. And if the government decides to discuss it in the parliament, all oppositions are welcome. We are saying that participate in the discussion, think whether the issue is good or not. If it is good, but it is difficult.
एक सेकंड, अब कपिश जी, अब आप इंटरप्ट कर रहे हैं उनको, अब आप बोलने का मौका नहीं दे रहे हैं। कपिश जी, ये सही नहीं है, अब उनको बोलने दीजिए, वो आपको जवाब दे रहे हैं।
हाँ, तो ये मैं कहना चाहता हूँ, the issue is that if the opposition thinks that the issue is good but there are difficulties, like come together and discuss in the parliament what are the difficulties, how they can be managed, and if they say that it is not good decision, then also they discuss. But the thing is that one nation, one election will hurt democracy.
And I have another question. Kapish ji, लॉ कमीशन के सामने समाजवादी पार्टी ने तो वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन का समर्थन किया था, तो अब अचानक कितनी सारी आशंकाएं कहां से आ रही हैं?
पारदर्शिता नहीं है सरकारों में। जिस स्तर पे राजनीति को ये ला करके रख दिए, आपके
4 साल में पारदर्शिता कम हो गई।
बात तो कह रही है कि
4 साल में सर 2018
एक मिनट सुन तो ले।
नहीं, मैं समझने की कोशिश कर रहा हूं।
मैं इसीलिए समझाने की कोशिश कर रहा हूं कि जब पारदर्शिता होती है तो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल राइट्स हर व्यक्ति को मिलते हैं। इस सरकार ने तो संवैधानिक संस्थाओं की चूल्हे हिला दी। आप किससे उम्मीद कर रहे हैं? एक आदमी कहता है कि इलेक्शन कमीशन में जो है वो सीजीआई भी होगा, सीजीआई स्वयं कहता है, लेकिन ये फेयर नहीं करना चाहते। कहते नहीं साहब, हम कानून ला रहे हैं, आप नहीं रहोगे, कैबिनेट मंत्री रहे।
2018 में पारदर्शिता थी, लेकिन आज की डेट में पारदर्शिता नहीं है। वरुण सिंह इज नॉडिंग हिज हेड। यस वरुण सिंह, वुड यू लाइक टू रिस्पोंड टू मिस्टर श्रीवास्तव? वरुण सिंह,
you know, it is very funny. You rightly pointed out till 2080, the party that was supporting one election, one nation, one election is now backing out. He talks about CJI being brought into the election selection of the ED director. He also has to understand that it was not a permanent fixation of CJI to be there. It was still the rules have been formed. The moment rules have been formed, CJI has been removed from there. And I seriously don't understand under what category will amendment in the constitution has to be carried out. None of the opposition leaders are talking about what exactly do they mean by amendment in the constitution for bringing one nation, one election, which 83 the Congress government then had said, 99 the law commission report has stated. As a common citizen of this country, listen, I'm tired of elections every year. It hampers the development, it hampers the policy making decision. If the entire country goes for election at one point of time, I don't think there is any better relief from that. And secondly, one more important thing, the gentleman from Samajwadi Party wants to talk about unemployment. There were 2-day discussion of India Alliance that happened in Mumbai. I didn't hear them at any of their leader talk about unemployment. I didn't hear any of the leader talk about any of those issues that now they want to talk. So why are they holding meeting? Their common minimum agenda program isn't here. Instead, I would say that they are now flabbergasted with the decision taken by the center.
Shyam Prasad Meka, 1 second. Kapish ji, 1 second. Shyam Prasad Meka, has the agenda of the India meeting been hijacked with one nation, one poll? कपिश जी, 1 सेकेंड। कपिश जी, और भी पैनलिस्ट हैं, प्लीज बाकियों को भी बोलने का मौका दीजिए। श्याम प्रसाद मेका।
Madhav, the point is, it's not about the feasibility and all these issues that we are talking about. We can also talk about the diversionary tactic in it. But these are all superficial, surface level issues. At the core of it, this is an exercise to delegitimize the democracy in India. I will tell you why. So what is इसका पीछे मानसिकता समझिए. लोग ये सोच रहा है तो इलेक्शन इज ए न्यूसेंस. वही बार बार इलेक्शन क्यों होना है, एक ही बार कर लेंगे और आगे आप लोग कहेंगे तो एक ही बार भी क्यों आएगा, तो मोदी है ना, ले लो, इलेक्शन भी नहीं चाहिए, वेस्टफुल एक्सपेंडिचर है. Citizens' right and citizens' power in the election, if you are demeaning it and making the citizens believe it, that's the most gravest danger and disservice you are doing to the country. That is the problem. This is actually out and out dictatorship.
Mr. Meka, one second.
Modi taking away the right.
It's the first step.
Okay. Okay. Varun wants to respond to you. Yes, Varun Singh.
I don't understand what this Congress spokesperson is trying to say. Is the central government saying that that Modi government will take away the right of voting? Is he saying that the franchise, the basic right given to us by the Constitution, that we will vote whenever there is an election, is that being taken away? Why are they trying to gumrah the common public? The basic thing is every year there's an election in this country. There are rallies that are taking place. 60,000 crore rupees is not a small amount that the election commission has to spend during elections, and this is what we want to avoid. You have to send paramilitary forces from one corner of the state, one corner of the nation to another part of the state. Do you see how they have to travel? How much of pressure, how much of abundance of pressure are they in? They are supposed to protect the borders, not polling booths. And if that happens once in the year, 1 in 5 years, I think every common man will understand. Please don't say that nobody is taking away your right to vote. A common citizen knows this basic fundamental that no government can take away their right to vote. What kind of misrepresentation are you making, sir? What is your problem with one election? What is your problem with election? What is your problem with election?
If there are
who's forcing it? Who's forcing it? Has it been forced? It is being discussed. Your problem is that you don't have your house in order. You are supposed to release the agenda today. You are supposed to release the logo today. Have you managed to do it? Have you managed to do it? Have you managed to put your house in order? Have you managed to? अरे सर, पहले अपना घर को सुधार लो.
10 लाख का सूट पहनते हैं, 3 लाख का घड़ी पहनते हैं,
Mr. Meka,
5 लाख का चश्मा पहनते हैं.
Mr. Meka, at this point of time, I don't think anywhere it has been mentioned that the rights of citizens to vote is being taken. What they are saying is that let's streamline it into a process where it happens at one time. And for that, there can be safeguards. You can suggest, is what the BJP spokesperson is saying. Can we really say that democracy is being undone with this?
The right is taken away.
How?
What I'm simply saying is...
You're saying that voters' rights are going to be taken away.
No. The thinking that election is a wasteful exexpenditure. Election is a
wasteful expenditure?
Sir, repeated elections. One second. Mr. Meka, the question that is being made over here, the point being made over here is that since we have about 29 states and several union territories, several of which also have assemblies, the point being made is that every year on an average, in over 5 years, you would see 6 or 7 elections take place. Just this year, there are 9 assembly elections taking place. The point being made over here is that if you're constantly in election mode for assembly after assembly after assembly, then rather than focusing on administrative and developmental work, the bureaucracy focuses on elections. That's the point being made here by the BJP. What is your specific response to that?
Yeah, let me specifically respond to your point now. See, we are, out of the 8 billion population in the world, we are 1.5 billion in this world. If there are more elections to the people in this world, there is nothing wrong in it. Second, there is nothing called election mood. Everybody separates election and administration except the Prime Minister of this country. There is nothing called election mood. It is the Prime Minister who is 24 hours on the election mood. That is his problem. Because of his problem, ये पूरा देश के ऊपर मत थोपो.
Okay. Gopal Agarwal.
Madhav, I just want to say 1, 2, 3 brief points. The thing is the opposition against one nation, one election as a concept of one thing? And second is, are they saying that it is because they are opposing it because it has been brought by the Narendra Modi government? When in 1983 Congress supports it, when earlier in 2018 SP government Akhilesh Yadav supports it, even now also 3-4 CMs from the opposition have supported it. So the thing is, as a concept, as a important reforms, they think that it is right direction, one thing.
Okay.
If later on, if they think that there are implementational difficulties, for that we are
all
ready
right
to discuss.
We'll have to leave it there. Gopal Agarwal, we'll have to leave it there. Completely out of time on this discussion. Gopal Agarwal, Varun Singh, Kapish, Srivastava, Shyam Prasad Neka, I'd like to thank all of you for joining us on this debate.